Hey guys, how's it going? This is Bex, and I'm here with a shiny Living Dex update. I decided the best way to track my progress on my Living Dex was to do a monthly wrap up. So I'm going to bring you guys along and show you all the shiny Pokemon that I got within the month of March. Hope you enjoy. First shiny of the month was this Raichu, which I got with a level 2 electric sandwich down in area 0. And I do already have this shiny, so this is a funky little duplicate for me, which I'm gonna take, you know, I'm not gonna say no. As far as the Pikachu line goes, I still need a male Pikachu and a Pichu. Next up, I continued my stint in Area 0 and got myself a Dunsparce with a level 2 normal sandwich. A little fact about me is that I'm lazy. I can't be bothered to sit through the raids for long enough to get enough Herba Mystica to do the Herba Mystica hunts, and I find my shiny odds are fine just with the regular encounter sandwiches. So, because Dunsparce is a duplicate for me, decided to evolve him because I don't have either the 2 segment or the 3 segment on Dunsparce for my decks. So here he is. He is beautiful. He is 2 segment and he is wonderful. This next shiny came while I was picnic resetting at a Girafarig outbreak, and it is the Autumn Form Deerling, which I do already have. I got it during my trying to catch as many shiny Pokemon as I can before Pokemon Day kind of shiny summary video. So yeah, I caught him because I don't actually have the Autumn Form Sawsbuck shiny, so that is quite promptly what I did. And yes, that monkey down at the bottom is foreshadowing, you will see him later. So yeah, I evolved my Deerling for the Autumn Form Sawsbuck. So I have that section of the Deerling and Sawsbuck forms done, but not the rest of them. Admittedly, this one is one of the wildest shiny encounters I've ever had, because I've never before opened a game and there be an immediate shiny on my screen, and I'm not even paying attention. Look at me standing there like an idiot, and then I realise, and then I panic and run into a Weedle, and then I panic thinking it's going to be gone because I've missed shiny Caterpie before in this game in one of my last hunts that was well over 600 encounters. And I'd already completed the Caterpie line, so I'm not at all worried about it, but it's a cool shiny, so yeah, I was quite pleased that I did in fact get it. This next shiny was very much, if I had have blinked at the wrong time, I would have missed it entirely, but thankfully I was on the ball this day. It was the same day as my Caterpie, so clearly I learned my lesson, and I got this guy in a catch combo of 28, so I hadn't even reached full odds with my shiny charm, so that's pretty cool considering I did an 800 plus catch combo for Rattata and got nothing, so this makes up for it. So this truly was a month of some really wild shiny encounters, because there's a shiny Scyther and I'm in the middle of catching Fuecoco eggs. Now in my head I'm going, right, I have Scyther and Scizor, but I do need their gender differences. So this guy could be potentially useful because I need a female Scyther and a male Scizor. Now, this Scyther does wind up being male, but because I need Scizor, I need to either evolve him in this game, or my personal preference is waiting for the Pokemon home and then just transferring him into Arceus to evolve. So for now, this guy is on standby. Remember that Mankey from earlier? This is where he comes into play. I was hunting both Mankey and Phalanx with a level 2 fighting encounter sandwich, and found the Mankey. The Phalanx is still ongoing, but the Mankey took roughly 230 encounters, so I was not at all complaining. Mankey is technically a duplicate, so I did choose to evolve him into a Primeape. As far as Annihilape goes, I will be doing a Primeape hunt outside of Medali to catch one to evolve into Annihilape, and that that's a job for later. This Choodle I got from Picnic Resetting at Outbreak, and I got it in roughly 127 encounters. And getting this guy means that the Choodle and Dreadnought line is now complete. Another Outbreak Pokemon, Florges. I got it in roughly 210 encounters. This Pokemon is really annoying in the way that they're all basically inside of each other, but it's a cool shiny nonetheless, and yes, I am going for one of every colour, so pray for me. When I say I have never been more stressed about a shiny encounter in my life, yeah, I was horrified. I genuinely nearly cried. I saved my game and I hurled myself off the cliff in hopes and prayers that he was down there, and thankfully he was, because I was doing Q-Fent with level 1 encounter steel, and I got it in 560 encounters, and it was the second sandwich I was doing. It was only level 1 because I messed up making it both times, but thankfully I got it, so now I just need Copperajah to finish the line. These are all of the encounters that I got on the community day for Slowpoke. I got 7 regular Slowpokes and 3 Galarian forms, which I'm not complaining about at all. The Slowpoke line is now finished, and it took a lot off my plate from not having to shiny hunt Slowpoke in Scarlet and Violet when it is literally impossible to see. So I already have Slowbro, so I evolved one in Pokemon Go for Slowking, because again, I don't like the trait evolutions. They're just too much hassle for me. And then I got all of my Galarian Slowpokes evolved, and that's the lines completely finished. I never have to worry about them. And one thing I will say as well, I'm not worried about the shinies coming from Pokemon Go. I, as far as my Living Dex goes, couldn't care less where they come from, whether it's Pokemon Go or a mainline game on the Switch or 3DS, whatever. As long as it has one of my gamer tags, whether that be Becca, Bex, or my Bex-LD, which is my Pokemon Go gamer tag, as long as it has something that links it to me, I don't care where it comes from. Sometimes I prefer the 1 in 400 odds that there are on Pokemon Go when I take my little danders with my dog and can just tippity tap and do all the fun things. I just want to complete the dex, and Pokemon Go gives an easy route to that. This was a random encounter, but I do have a perfect dex entry. Unfortunately, the Kricketot is female, and I have both the females for Kricketot and Kricketune, and I need the males. So unfortunately, this little guy is a duplicate. There is something about this franchise that just wants to give me the shinies of this Pokemon line. This is my second Bronzong, and I have two Bronzors, and my only shiny alpha is a Bronzor. I don't know what it is, but the game keeps giving me these guys. This guy was a very welcome sight after getting duplicates for the past couple of encounters. I still needed Lucario, so I sweeped up this guy very quickly. And then I, proceeded to spend the next 20 minutes throwing him at every tree in the Fieldlands until he evolved. This is another shiny that the game likes to give me a lot of, but I feel like anybody who has played Legends Arceus has 1,000,001 shinies from the Geodude line. And I do have a perfect Dex entry for all three of them, so I really can't be surprised when the game keeps giving me them. And finally, to wrap up the month, we have a shiny female Abomasnow, which is the first that I've gotten from this entire line. And because there are gender differences involved, it didn't matter to me which one I got, but I got one of them and I was very pleased with it. So that's all I have for you guys for this month. I hope you enjoyed seeing the different shiny Pokemon that I caught. I am up to 259 in my shiny Living Dex, which is really good progress. So once again, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.